Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Ibrahim Quraishi here and I am here with Haris, and we are both going to show you how to quickly provision a brand new LUN from FreeNas and provision it on your ESX host. If you haven't checked the series videos, this is the part 4 where we are going to add a brand new LUN to the ESX host and format it as VMFS and provision it. We have already provisioned a brand new host here, and we have provisioned the existing storage. The part 1 covered how to create a FreeNas from scratch, and the part 2 covers all the configuration which we need to do, and this version of FreeNas is 11.3. The part 3 covered how to basically provision a ESX, how to provision the iSCSI to ESX host, which covers how to create your iSCSI traffic port and how to create a brand new iSCSI software initiator, and then how to add your FreeNas. So basically be sure to check out part 1 and part 2 if you're trying to configure this on your home lab, and then part 3 will guide you how to provision it. But this one basically will show you how, if you have configured it from scratch, then how to configure a new LUN, a brand new LUN, and present it. So let's get started. I will let Haris do the configuration, and I will discuss it with you. So Haris, if you want to add a brand new data store, a VMDK, we'll basically add a 50 gig LUN, and then we'll make sure it is thin provisioned because we want to maximize the thin provisioning capacity which we can. And then click on OK. So that's a LUN which is present. Yeah, click on apply. We have automated storage DRS, so it's basically going to apply that. Now quickly we can check this new LUN which is new VMDK which is presented. If we go to storage and disk, you will see the brand new DA5 created, and it's not been used by any of the pools, as you can see. So Haris is going to show you quickly how to create this. We have covered it in part 2 already, but obviously why not in this video, we will quickly do it. So click on add, and then we'll basically create a new pool for you, and then name the pool Datastore 5, I believe it will be. And then we'll select the DA5 disk and then add it. And then we'll basically confirm it at the bottom here to create, and then confirm. There you go. So you'll find a Datastore -05 created very shortly. Scroll down at the bottom and you can see Datastore 05. Now we are going to create a Z volume. So click on the 3 dots and click Z volume. Give the name. Now the Z volume, I want to name it as LUN5, not Datastore. LUN5. It looks really nice when you create it as LUN5. In the comment, you can put Datastore 5, and the naming convention, follow it strictly. Make a pattern and follow it strictly, guys. Purely because we need to make sure that you don't get confused. It will be getting very confusing. If you're using the FreeNas version 11.3, you need to mention 50 GBI like that. Okay. If you click on the question mark, it says help for the Z volume, specify the size volume such as 10 GIB. My goodness, what did I say just now? GIB is 10 gigabyte. If you don't mention GIB, it will take it in MB, and that will create problems. So what I would suggest is, instead of giving 50, try to save it. Let's see what happens. Sometimes it doesn't allow you. Okay, so you need to give at least 45 because you need to reserve 80% of it. So give 45, and that okay, 35 is good enough. Save it, and now you can see the scroll down, yeah, Datastore 5, and then we have created a LUN-05, and we have created a partition of 35.55. Okay, now the part here, the configuration here is completely done. We don't need to do anything else here. What we need to do is we need to jump to sharing tab and jump to the block storage shares, yeah, block shares iSCSI, excuse me, block shares iSCSI is where we will be configuring the rest of the things. Now what we can do, we have seen in the past sessions, is obviously target global configuration remains the same, we don't touch it. If you are configuring it for the first time, check out the part 2 of the series, which will take you through each and every step of these. Okay, now over here as well we have portal. Portal is where you're connecting and where your ESX host is trying to connect to on that particular port, which is 3260. So we are not touching this because we have a running environment. Now what we'll be touching is the initiator tab at the moment, where we'll be adding a brand new initiator for Datastore 5. Click on add please, and then select allow all initiators, and then give a description. Yep, and then save. That's it. The part here for initiators is done. Authorize access tab, we will not be doing that, touching that. Click on that just quickly, just to show it. Because this is a lab environment, we don't need to do it, but you can use CHAP and other Kerberos if you want to for security. Because this is just a home lab, we will not be using it. Next we'll jump to targets, and then we'll, as you can see, we can add a new target here. Click on add, and then we'll quickly give the target name as Datastore 05, and then target alias as Datastore 05 as well. And then in the none we need to select the first one, the allow all host. This is the portal which we had created already. So save this, and again we are not changing any authentication or initiator groups. Actually check the initiator groups. I think we might need to check the initiator groups. Yeah, allow the group 5. Sorry guys, forgot that. So that basically will allow us to come from that particular portal, which is allow for all hosts, and then it is going to allow the initiator, which is the Datastore 5. Save this please, and then what we will do is we'll jump on the extent. So this one is created, Datastore 5, that we have seen. Just quickly, the portal which was 1 was here, as you can see 1, and it was all host as description. So that's what we configured in the target when we did that. So we saw the portal and we configured it to Datastore 1. Now if Haris can jump on extents, we will add an extent and we'll name it extent, starting with extent so that we know it is extent, extent in the beginning, extent Datastore 05, extent hyphen I think we will add. Okay, and then device, we'll leave it as device, will not change it. We can have file as well if you want to, but we'll leave it at device. So make sure it is device, and then in the device again, here is the magic. We will be selecting the new Datastore 05, which is LUN 5 35 gig. Select that, brilliant, and then save. We could potentially put a small description there, just to make it easier for understanding. So if we quickly go there, there is an option to put a description, edit at the bottom here, and we can add the description and it will look easier for us to understand. So this is the extent and this is the data store, and that is the NAA number. If you know storage a little bit, NAA number is similar to worldwide names. From storage, basically you get an NAA number or a worldwide name. So okay, we are pretty much done. Now we will glue everything together, which is initiator and the extent, which we do in the associated target. If we click on add please, and then what will happen is we will be able to select a target, which is Datastore 5, and LUN ID we can give as 5 if you want to, and then extent we need to select the extent of 5. Yep, and that's pretty much it, guys. So that was a quick session on how to basically create a brand new LUN again from for your FreeNas. Now we'll jump to the ESX section again, sorry, the vCenter. We'll jump to the vCenter now, and then Haris will show you how to add the new data store. So right click on the ESXi Host, and then we'll basically go to storage and rescan storage. Once the storage is rescanned, you can see the changes happening at the bottom here. If you click the up arrow, it will show us that it is rescanning. I'll change this instead of running to all tasks. So VMFS rescan is completed. You can see the tick box and completed. Now we will add the storage. So right click, new data store, next. So we are going to create a VMFS data store, as you saw at the back. Just go back a little bit. So we have 3 options here at the back. The first option is VMFS data store, which is what we are creating. We could potentially present NFS from FreeNas as well, but we are not doing that, and we are not using vWall, so we are using VMFS. And then if we can give the name, so this is going to be Datastore 5, and then what we'll do is we can see the Datastore 5 which we created, and we gave the LUN number which was 5, which we can see here, and it is of course 35 GB, which Haris has presented here. Click on next. The other is a local disk, which is where the ESX is installed. That is why it is saying local. Yeah. So if you click next, and there are 2 choices. VMFS 5 is the older file system, and VMFS 6 is the obviously the new and better improved one. Always select VMFS 6, and this is the 35 GB disk which we have presented, and that's it. Finish, and you should be able to see the Datastore 5 here. To keep it with the standards of what we have here, we can just quickly rename it to FreeNas DS05, and which basically makes it to the standard how we have 1, 2 and 3. We can rename these later. So that's a quick video, guys, how we basically create storage and present it from the FreeNas to the ESX, and how we can format a data store and how we provision it to the ESXi Host. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Comment down below and let me know if you like today's topic. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell to get all new updates from me. My blog is agileops.co.uk. Be sure to subscribe to my blog, because all the videos which I am covering on my YouTube channel, I'll be posting blog posts around it, so you can follow with step-by-step instructions with screenshots. I would love to hear from you, so you can follow me on Twitter and send me a message on Twitter, or you can send me a direct message at Ibrahim Quraishi, as you can see here. Enjoy watching and keep sharing. Cheers, bye.